Hello. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your patience this week. It was kind of a crazy one. We had a snow day. My kid was feeling under the weather, had a bit of a fever. I, for some reason, have had four kids, but for and I've seen it all, stitches and uh, all the illnesses, all the viruses, and for some reason, my youngest gets a slight fever and a headache, and I'm going insane. So, thank you so much for your patience and your understanding. Also, thank you so much for being here. The fact that you all support me in this way means so much to me and my family. We have been able to actually take care of certain bills, pay for the mortgage, keep the house because of y'all. If I didn't have this Patreon and if I didn't have the people who subscribe to this Patreon, we would not be able to stay here. So, much love, so much gratitude for all of you. So, today, what we're going to work on is slow, gentle. We're going to work on the upper body. You can do this sitting in a chair, you can do this sitting in your bed, you could do it sitting on a futon or a recliner. You can put a cushion underneath your booty. Feel free to move your legs around however feels comfortable for you, okay? How you sit doesn't matter. And honestly, what I want for you to feel is just relaxation. We're going to try to reduce tension in this area, the upper back, the traps right here where they come up and we're like, ah! We're going to try to do that. Um, the chest and the thoracic cage and the shoulders. So we're going to be working on mobilizing those, reducing chronic pain and stiffness in areas that don't have tissue damage, but we might be sitting in certain ways for prolonged periods of time that exacerbate those feelings. Remember, your posture only affects you negatively if you sit in one attitude for too long. So you can be like this, but if you sit like this for too long, you're going to get stiff. You can be straight up, perfect posture, everything aligned. But if you sit like this for too long, you're also going to get stiff. So, what I implore for you to do is to start adding these small movements into your daily life, little by little throughout the day. And it's going to help increase your quality of your life tremendously. Once you get in that habit of like, oh, this has been just sitting there for too long, I haven't been moving, you start moving around. And I'm going to show you, we're actually going to start. Like, what am I doing? I have a whole class dedicated to that just now. All right. So, no warm up. This is all going to be gentle enough that we don't need a warm up. We're going to start sensory wise. I'm going to take these little suckers off. I'm going to take this off. Take off whatever you've got going on. We're going to make combs with our hands, our fingers, and we're going to comb through our hair. Okay? Go ahead, close your eyes. Feel free to put on meditative music, light some incense, smoke some weed if you got it. Do the things that normally help put you in a place where the world is out there and we're just in our bodies. Okay? So we're combing the sides all the way down to the base of our scalp. And we're combing the front from the front all the way down to the occipital area, the base of our scalp. Okay? Oh, and I could sit here all day because it feels so nice. You might feel tingles already. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and rub the ears. Nice little 3 or 4 out of 10 in pressure. You don't want to hurt yourself. We're just trying to wake up the neural networks, that brain body connection. We're trying to heighten that. Okay, we're going to wash our face. 2 fingers, circles. Gently. I do it very gently because I have trigeminal neuralgia, and if I do it too rough, I will flare up. So find what works best for you. But I want to make sure that we don't normally take the time to feel ourselves, you know, and it's really beneficial for us. So we're going to make L's with the palms, Take your fingers, place them in the back. You're gonna turn your head away. You're gonna bring that thumb, wrap it around. Gently turn towards the hand as the hand comes down. Okay, again, fingers behind you, thumb in the front. Gently turn and bring those fingers down. You want to feel 4 or 5, a little bit more pressure. Okay, bring that thumb around, gently come down. We're going to do it one more time. Those fingers, place them behind you. Thumb comes in front, turn towards the hand as it comes down. We're going to go to the other side now. L shape. Fingers, thumb, turn towards. We're breathing in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. 2, and then 3. And we've got one more. And I do have my eyes closed. What I'm doing is I'm not thinking about what I need to do today, what needs to be done after I'm done doing this. I'm thinking about, these are my fingers. This is how it feels. I feel tension here. I feel pain here, but I'm in my body. And the more body awareness, interoception, and proprioception that you have, the higher quality movement. So your brain will reward you with less stiffness and pain, chronic stiffness and pain. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to rub the shoulders. So we are doing feel yourself, but a little slower, a little more guided. We're hitting the top of the shoulder. We're going to gently rub the back of the shoulder. Give ourselves a nice pat on the back for being awesome. All of us. Yes, you. None of this. Oh, no, not me. No, you're taking the compliment. You're going to say thank you. Okay. Extend that arm forward. We're just going to rub the top of the arm all the way down, making sure that we're breathing in through the nose. Why do I say that? Breathe in through the nose. Our nose has filters. We're going to flip that arm. I'm going to rub all the way to the top. Our nose has filters. Our brain likes it when we utilize parts of our bodies the way that they're intended to be used. Extend the other arm. We're going to get that top of the shoulder and the back right here. Ah, nice. The front of the shoulder. We're going to go down that arm. Actually, yes, scientifically speaking, our brain really does love when we use our nose for inhaling. We're going to flip. You can find if you do any kind of breathing meditation where you're breathing into the nose, counting the breaths, counting the exhalation, you can lower your blood pressure that way. You can, lower your heart rate, and you can find calm, peace just with that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, cross one arm. We're going to rub our chest, cross the other arm, rub our chest. Now we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a shower. We're going to rub the sides and our belly. We're going to lean over, rub our lower back, our mid back if we can get to it. Okay. We're going to cross over the other side, rub our chest, rub our side. I think if I didn't already do that, it's okay. I mean, if I did it already. Doing it more than once doesn't hurt. So we're going to lean over, get that booty, get your hips, get your belly. Yes, we're going to get the legs involved. We'll go ahead and just rub down one leg, rub the feet, rub back. I know we're just doing the upper body, but let's give love to the whole body first. Lean on one side, get the booty, get the front of the hip. We're going down the whole leg, the front part, underneath, and the back part, and the thighs, and the inner thighs, and the sides, and the hips, and all the places that we normally don't give ourselves love. Take a deep breath in, inhale through the nose, and exhale. Hydrate if you need to. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to gently rotate our head. Okay, so normally when we take a fitness class, they'll be like head circles. We're going to use our nose as a guide. We're going to try to draw as perfect circles as we possibly can, taking note of any areas of stiffness, trying to move around any areas of pain, understanding that snap, crackle, pop is normal as long as it's not accompanied with pain. Limit your range of motion if you need to. If you can enhance it, make it wider as we continue, do that as well. We're going to go ahead, take our nose, we're going to turn it. We're going to use our nose as a guide as we do a half circle up in the air. And as we go around to the other end. So we're actively looking at our nose, or trying to, and we're going to make circles in the air with the nose as our guide. We're trying to smooth out every rough edge, making every subsequent circle more perfect than the last. Now, if you would like, you can close your eyes. Now that you feel what it's supposed to feel like doing this, remember, we're going to end facing one direction. We allow our head to come down into that nice little pendulum swing. We're looking the other direction. We're using full range of motion. What that means is, what does your end range of motion look like? Is it here? It's okay if it's here. Are your circles smaller? It's okay. Okay. If the circles are small, don't fret. All that means is that you just need to work on it a little more. We're going to end right here. So we've been doing this, right? Okay. We're going to end right here. We're going to go up. We're going to look the other direction, and we're going to come down the other direction. So we're drawing circles in the other direction. I would like for you to draw 8 intentional circles. So you're smoothing out every rough edge, making every subsequent circle more perfect than the last. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I think we have 3 more, but hopefully you're counting for yourself as well. Sometimes what happens is I get very happy in this exercise and I will just want to keep going. And one more, I'm going to do one more. Okay, so now what we're going to do is come back to center. We're going to turn again. We're going to look up, look down, come back to center. We're going to look over to the other direction. We're going to look up, tilt that chin up, tilt it down, center, back to the middle. Okay? Look up, try to keep those shoulders down as you do. Look down, center, and back. All right. How often do you intentionally mobilize your neck area? Might be contributing to some of the stiffness that you feel in this area. Okay, so now we are going to allow our head to come down, and we're just going to, so we're going to tilt, we're going to rock the head back, we're going to tilt back, we're going to tilt the head this way, and we're going to rock it back and forth. So we're tilting, rock back and forth, tilting, rock back and forth. How far back you go is dependent on your comfort level. If it makes you feel gross, stick to just coming up to shoulder level, because it happens. Some of us feel nausea or dizziness when we start mobilizing our head and neck in ways that we are not used to. This is why some of us have a hard time being upside down. Our brain starts freaking out and it sends us signals. Threat. And the threat can come in forms of chronic stiffness, pain, dizziness, nausea. Seasickness is threat. So seasickness is, I'm seeing one thing, my inner ear, my eyes are feeling another thing, and the sensory mismatch is freaking out your brain. That's what causes the seasickness. So when we make sure we have sensory matching, which our inner ear, our eyes, and our proprioception are all aligned and feeling and seeing the same things, it tends to not, we don't get that threat. We tend to be able to reduce the threat. But once we throw in an exercise that we're not used to, it can actually give us that same feeling. So it's normal if you start feeling that. Don't worry. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start incorporating this area. Place your hands on your knees. I want you to kind of raise your thoracic spine a little bit so that we're in that perfect posture. So pretend like you have a line from the top of your head all the way down your butt. I want you to try to make that line as long as possible. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to slouch. What does slouching feel like? Rounding out those shoulders, pushing the chest back, bringing that chin down. And that pelvis is going to come underneath you. Now we're going to go ahead and raise ourselves back up. We're going to extend that spine. We're going to look forward, bring those shoulders back. Everything's in alignment. Slouch, 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 slouch. We're coming back. So it's like a little bit of a modified cat cow, I guess. So you are going to feel a little bit of that thoracic push forward, and then the rib cage is going to come back like a pendulum swinging back, and everything's going to follow. Now remember, if you need to move your legs around, just do it. Find your comfort. And we're coming back. Okay. We're going to take 2 fingers, place them on the sternum, the bony plate that connects the ribs. We are going to make sure that our shoulders remain parallel to the ground, and we're just going to shift the entire rib cage from side to side. If you need to, close your eyes, pretend like your ribs are hovering over your hips, over your pelvis, over your booty. And if you have limited range of motion here and your glides are really small, it's okay. We all start somewhere. I've been doing these since 2018. Okay, so the more often you do something, the better you're going to get at it, as long as you're consistent. Okay, breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. We're going to come back to center. I'm going to turn so that you can see what it is that I'm doing. Also, oh my God, 2 fingers on the sternum. Like a security blanket. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I need to put that on. There we go. 2 fingers on the sternum. Push that thoracic spine, that rib cage back. Pretend like it's a pendulum. So instead of going side to side, keeping everything straight, this is actually going to go up to the front, swing into that neutral position, and then back, swing back. So we're swinging that rib cage back and forth. Our shoulders are going to stay out of it. So if you notice, I'm not rounding the shoulders and I'm not bringing them back. They are staying neutral. We're going back and forth. And I don't know if you can hear him, but he is snoring. Push back, push forward. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. What are we doing with our heads? You can keep them forward. I like to tilt my chin a little bit. When I close my eyes, it helps me feel a little bit more relaxed. But don't stress too much as to what your head is doing in this position. And you can keep your eyes open if you want. Okay. Back to neutral. Whatever neutral looks like for you, but come on, real quick. He's being the cutest. He is being the cutest. He's being just absolutely insanely adorable. Okay, we're going to connect everything together and we're going to make circles with our thoracic spine over our hips. Placing 2 fingers on the sternum, we're going to push forward. We are going to bring that thoracic spine to the side. We're going to push back and then over to the other side. and then forward again. You might find that your pelvis is going to tilt and tuck underneath you to accommodate the movement. We're going to connect the dots and we're going to smooth it out. I like to close my eyes and I like to imagine that my ribs are hovering over my hips and I'm making as perfect circles as I can, making sure that my shoulders do not tilt, making sure that they do not involve themselves in this particular movement. We are just going around in a circle. We're breathing in through the nose, mouth. Oh, this is nice. We're going to go ahead and stop in the front. We're going to shift over to the other side. We're going to go back, side, forward. Now remember, if your circles are smaller, that's okay. We all start somewhere. Intention is more important than perfection. Please keep that in mind. Intention will always take precedence over perfection. I'd rather have you make the attempt, because if you don't make the attempt, you're not going to receive any benefits at all. We're going around, we're going to do one more. And then we're going to take a break. I'm going to stop right here. Boom. Go ahead, get your water, hydrate your skin. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. I accidentally left my water over here. Here we go. Okay. So the last thing that we're going to do, because we're not making this very big. Remember how we were slouching, from me straight up slouching. We're going to do that a little more exaggerated. We're going to add a twist. Okay. So we're going to slouch. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to go ahead and slouch. But we're going to come down as far forward as we can. Okay. We're going to slowly raise up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to go ahead and look up. Bring your arms to the side while we are here. This is where the twist comes in. Look over the shoulder and bring your one arm behind you and the other arm in front. Slowly rotate the upper body forward. Inhale. Exhale. Slouch all the way down. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Coming up, allowing those shoulders to roll back. The head comes up. We're going to look over and allow our upper body to rotate. I don't have much range of motion today, so that's fine. I'm finding my sweet spot. It should feel good. We're going to look, and then we're going to come back. Inhale. Exhale. Come up. One more time on this side. Twist and look. Now use your hands and try to give yourself a nice little stretch here if it feels good. Don't ever push into pain. And release the arms. Turn the head and the upper body forward. Inhale. Exhale. Come down. Inhale. Come up one vertebrae at a time. Head up. Look over. So if you feel like we're going up here and then we're coming like a half circle over. Twist. Give yourself a bit of a stretch. Inhale, exhale, and release. Whew, okay. How do you feel? I hope you feel good. So this is just a little bit. So I have other seated gentle mobility. If you're interested, it's there. It's in my playlist. It's there's so much more that we could do seated, but we're just working on this upper body area first. The shoulders, thoracic spine, and neck. And so I hope all those feel a little gooier, a little looser. Motion is lotion. Next week, we are going to work on this, on our chest, on our pec muscles, and our shoulder blades. It's gonna be spicy a little bit. We're gonna start learning how to do push-ups, okay? But don't fret. I got a pathway to that if you've never done a push-up before, okay? I've got a pathway. All right. If you have any questions or concerns, always feel free to hit me up. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Love you all. Hope you all have a beautiful symptom free weekend.